Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at your weekend forecast for December 6th through the 8th. As we look at what's going on this weekend, things look pretty good here across southern Vermont for the weekend. Cold today and not chilly, cold, downright cold, especially wind chills this afternoon and this evening. Going to be quite cold. And then things get a little bit better tomorrow. Temperature's still pretty chilly, but things get a little bit less windy. And then on Sunday, a little bit warmer Sunday with some snow, light snow Saturday night into Sunday. It can accumulate a little bit, not a huge deal, but and then another chance actually for a little bit of light snow on Monday before we get a midweek rainstorm, it looks like, with a warm up Tuesday and Wednesday next week. So yeah, active weather pattern, but a little bit of a break here as we go through the next couple of days. There are a lot of lake effect snow showers. We'll show that to you on radar here. None of that's currently hitting southern Vermont, although some flurries are possible today. We're probably not looking at a lot of that, but a possibility. You can't even see it. We're going to show you, but there's a system way up here just coming on shore now that's going to race across the country. That's the system that'll impact us Saturday night into Sunday. We have a very fast-moving weather pattern currently right now. Behind that, we've got another system that's going to impact Sunday into Monday before the pattern kind of flips and we get a big storm to develop, but mostly go west of us with the rain on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. So that's sort of the big picture of what's going on. We've got a ridge out west, warmer temperatures, whereas we've got a pretty good trough here across the east, which is why the cooler temperatures. We'll show you temperatures in a little bit. Here's radar. You can see here's our departing storm from yesterday and last Wednesday night into yesterday. Here is a little bit of a weaker system. This is actually, like I said, this system's going to kind of die. This is actually not the system that's going to be impacting us Sunday night. This will be well past us by that point. This could enhance the lake effect snows once again and could bring a few flurries to the area throughout the day today or even tomorrow, but for the most part, I'm not even going to mention those. They shouldn't cause any issues besides just being a few flurries on the ground. So nothing too exciting, but it's there. And yeah, you can see the northwest flow though. That's why all the lake effect tendrils. And let's take a look at those. Zoom in and take a look at those. You can see all the lake effect snow coming off from the northwest. Basically side of the lakes. Looks like maybe down in the Bennington area, a few flurries this morning, but I don't think any of this will really be accumulating too much. We could see flurries throughout the day today. And this northwest flow is bringing with it some colder air temperatures. Basically, where we are now is about where we're going to get to. If anything, we'll be cooling off some during this afternoon. And we could have wind gusts. We're not looking too bad. For a little while, it was looking like maybe they'd be bad. We'd have strong enough winds to cause maybe a few limbs to fall and things like that out of trees. But I think the wind gusts will be in the 20 to 30 mile an hour, maybe 35 mile an hour range. Not 30 to 40 to 45, which is what we were looking at maybe a couple days ago. So things doesn't look too bad wind-wise. Gusty, but nothing terrible. If you're skiing today, it's going to be cold at the tops of the mountains. There could be a couple of wind holds this afternoon, so just kind of keep an eye on that, but only in like the spots that usually have wind holds. And it shouldn't be too bad skiing. Just bundle up, not surprisingly. So here's the overall pattern. Here's this big trough across the east, ridge to the west. The ridge to the west is starting to break down, and a little piece of this system actually here, which is already, it's hard to kind of see, but there is a little bit of kind of mid-level energy coming over the top of the ridge. That's what's going to happen, and it's going to emerge as an Alberta clipper, kind of like the storm that we had this last week in terms of track. But what it's not going to do is have nearly as much moisture or as much time, so we're not going to get as much precipitation out of it as we did with the last system. So instead of the accumulating snow, we're going to have just very light accumulations of snow with this next one. Let's take a look at the track there. So here's today, midday. You can see kind of coming over the top of the ridge. And then it very quickly, in the next 24 hours, travels basically halfway across the continent, just north of Minnesota. And then within another day, we're heading off. So this is like 2 days to get all the way from emerging over the top of the Canadian Rockies to out to sea. So very quick mover. So it really is just a period of 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours maybe of light snow overnight with some flurries kind of on either side of that Saturday night into Sunday morning. Nothing too exciting. I didn't even do a snowfall map for it because I don't think it's a general 1 to 2 inches with maybe a spot of 3 in some of the favored upslope spots. The ski areas could see 3 or 4 out of it. But basically, most of us, it's going to be an inch or two. Roads might be slightly greasy Sunday morning. Shouldn't be terrible, but could be slightly greasy in spots. So just be careful about that if you're out there early traveling on Sunday. But it shouldn't be that bad, really, with the system. So what does that look like in terms of an overall forecast? Breezy today, temperature about 24 for a high, and you can knock 15 degrees off that for wind chills. So oftentimes during the afternoon, the wind chills will be in the single numbers to around 10. Those will fall below 0 this evening as we head down. Temperatures of about 12 tonight. Wind chills will be, especially earlier in the evening, will be below 0. So not like as bad as it gets, but definitely cold. So you're going to want to bundle up if you're headed out this evening. Saturday, things get a little bit better. Temperatures come up a little bit, much less breezy. It'll feel warmer. Really nice ski day on Saturday. So if you're up for an early season ski day, this is going to be about as good as it gets. Trail counts are much higher than they are normally this time of year. Tons of snowmaking has been going on. We've got natural snow. It's really good. Sunday will also be really good and even a little bit warmer. So it's a great weekend to get up and ski if you can do that early this year. Light snow, like I said, 1 to 2 inches of snow in general for most of us, maybe 3 or 4 in some of the higher spots along the mountains. Overnight lows don't fall back as much because of the cloud cover. We warm up a little bit on Sunday, and then temperatures fall back below freezing, but not that cold, especially given the clear skies on Sunday night into Monday. And like I said, another chance at a little bit of light snow, maybe mixed precipitation at the lower elevations on Monday before we have a rainstorm that comes through. It looks like Tuesday into Wednesday. So that's kind of the general trend. Let's take a look at that weekend highlights. Breezy and cold start to things off today. A little bit of light snow Saturday night into Sunday morning, 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. Temperatures will moderate by Sunday. A little light snow is possible Monday afternoon, like I said. Little light accumulation once again, maybe another 1 to 3 inches. That would be kind of the total possibility, I think, out of the storm on Monday. We'll have updates for you on that by Monday morning. If it looks like the system is going to be anything more than 1 to 3 inches, I'll try to get that work week forecast out Sunday afternoon. That's also a possibility. So we'll have to kind of wait and see on that. So that's what's going on. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel before, I'd encourage you to do so. It helps make sure you don't miss any videos. And I do want to give a quick shout out to my patrons to help support what I do here at the West Weather Guy. If you're interested in becoming a patron, there's a link in the description below that takes you to my Patreon page, which is where you can find out what you get as a patron, some of the things that I do just for the patrons, and I really appreciate their support. All right, we'll see you on Monday with a look at your work week forecast.